Welcome. I'm going to start to share my screen. Today's topic is the smart management, employee permissions, discount coupons, and Elevate POS as it is. Technically, we're going to use the regular agenda today with the user management, inventory management, and coupons and discount. Additionally, we will be able to discuss additional questions. We will have a time for Q&A session and feedback of all the questions that you might have regarding the topics that we cover today. Okay. So let's start with the user management first. So for the user management, we will need to work with the back office application where we need to go to Manage, Administration Tools, User Administrator. To create a new user in the system, we click on Create User here. The mandatory fields to fill in will be the first name, last name, select the home store that mainly this employee will be working at. Under System Accessibility tab, we will have to type the user login, which we cannot change, and the password, which can be updated later. The password has to be according to the requirements on the right. Please make sure to follow those. And under Contacts, we're also going to have to adjust the phone number, which the user will be able to use as a verification number, and also the email address is mandatory field as well. Additionally, under Human Resources, we can adjust which type of business group or discount group that employee will be using, and we can click Save to save this user. Once the user is saved, we will have to highlight the user and go to the Role Assignment Manager. That's where we're going to be able to grant the particular role on specific location or on the company level. If you highlight the company and click on particular role and hit save, this will save this role permission level for all the locations. If you select particular location and grant that role and hit save, it will save this role and availability for only one location and this user. Once the user is created and the role assigned, if for some reason we forgot what was the password, we can always highlight the user, click on reset the password, and reset the password that we wish to use for this particular employee. Additionally, we have certain level of permission by default, right? So we have roles administrator, manager, sales representative, and viewer. Those roles we can find and adjust under role manager. Here we'll be able to select the particular role that we need to adjust, for example, manager. And if we need to grant specific permission, we will be able to find that permission in the search. For example, if we need to grant that user to be able to work with the discounts, we can type in here discount, and everything discount related will be highlighted in our description. And once we want to grant them, for example, permission to modify discount, we will be able to just double click on the permission and hit save. We can create a new role, right? Or copy the role that we already have and adjust it. So basically, if we copy the role and adjust the permission on that level, we will be able to create a new role for specific manager level, which will have more or less permission than other default role. As well, we can also adjust the role on the user in particular. So we can select the user, click on User Overrides Manager. Here we select the location or the company name if we want to grant it on a company level. Then we can select the permission that we need to grant and double click to save the permission to be highlighted in green, right? And then we can click Save to grant that permission to a particular person in the system. So for example, let's say if we adjust the role for any of the employees or administrators, we will be able to see that on the reports, right? So if we, for example, add particular role permission, hit save. Later on, when we open our reporting portal, once we click in here, we can go to reports, time and attendance, And here we're going to be able to find different employee related reports. So for example, we have employee context report, which you can see all the employees created all over the location and basically select specific employees to view. You can adjust columns that you're interested in viewing. If you don't need to check the state, for example, or zip, you can unselect those columns and run the report. In here, you can check the report home store, for example. You can drag as the filter and then see who is created on that particular store. Also, we can go to the column active and select only active users. So we can have a full view of all the information about the user created, and who created the user will also have additional field in here, modified by. So technically we can see all the detailed information on that employee. Additionally, for the permissions that were granted, we can go to the override permission report. This report will show us all the details about the permission granted for a particular user in the system and who granted that permission and what permission is allowed now. So also, if we go to the particular column overridden permission, we can select one. One means that access granted, and then click OK to run this report with only permission granted field. We can customize this report also. We can go to filters. We can select specific salesperson that we will need to view and run the report on that particular employee. Also, we can export this report, print. All the other functionality is available as well. All right. Do we have any questions regarding the employees, user creation, adjusting information, granting permissions, or reports related to the employees? Yes, no questions, unless I don't see the screen right now and you raising your hand. I guess no. All right, let's move on to our purchase order receiving. So now, as you all know probably from our newsletters, we have new web back office functionality where you can run all your reports. You can check your sales performance dashboard, as well as you can also add your purchase order received into the system inventory. So this is the link that I'm sharing right now in the chat that you can use to run this back office. So you will need to log in with your access code, login and password as usual in the Elevate system. If you have admin permission, first page that you're going to see is the sales performance dashboard. This sales performance dashboard shows an overall performance month to date. You'll be able to view the accessory revenue, activations, top plans, device protection rates, and other detailed information on the matter of the month's performance. And if you have several locations, this is also going to show you specific location, which you can select in the drop down here and view separately. So regarding the purchase order though, to add new inventory that you're receiving from your master dealer, you can switch to the second tab in here, Purchase Orders. Here you will see all the integration with the master dealer of yours. Once you click on the latest purchase order, you will be able to see items that you ordered from your master dealer. So you can click on Receive. In here, you can adjust the serial for a particular model of the phone. So for example, this one, once you click at serial and scan the serial number of the phone, you can add as many as needed for a particular model. And once you're done, you click Add. We proceed the same way with every device or SIM card that we have listed, or accessories if they're coming from accessory vendor. And once you're done listing everything that you actually received to the stock of your store, you can click Post. Once you click Post, the item will be added to the list of your products in the inventory. As well as the purchase orders, we can receive express via this functionality. We have to switch to receiving here. There we're going to have an ability to click on New Express Receiving, select the vendor that we're receiving these items from, this location that we're receiving it to, and click Continue. Additional step here will be to scan the product's UPC to recognize what type of product it is that we are about to receive. I will copy my accessory just to show an example. And once the item is found, it will be listed in here, so you can adjust the quantity and also adjust the unit cost if need to be adjusted. Once everything is listed as well, you can click Post to add everything to the inventory of your system. All right, are there any questions regarding the purchase order receiving so far? Additionally, yes, you have to have an administrator role or permission granted to be able to navigate through the reports. Basically, only administrator by default has ability to work with the reporting portal. If you have a manager role or sales representative role on the system, this functionality will not be available. So you will have to ask the administrator for permission to be granted in the system. Right, let's move on to some useful reports related to the inventory. So for the inventory reports, we can find the folder inventory here. For example, we can view inventory aging report. Here we're also going to be able to select specific location. For example, I want to view this location that I'm logged in. Then we can select particular columns. If we need to unselect something, we can do that in here as well. And click on Run Report. This report will show you inventory age in store. For example, I want to view the items that have been in my stock over a certain period of time. So if I want to know whether they've been here longer than 50 days, I can go to the Report Options three-dot button here, click on Modify, and add conditional formatting, which means that if I want to see the quantity, in particular quantity, like for example, 5 items, if I want to know those items that are less than 5, right, and I want to restock on those, I can select the color that it's going to be shown at. Additionally, age in store, right? So if it's greater than 60 days, I can also select those to be shown in the different color and click OK. This will show me a different view, right? So the agent store will show me in a different color that this been in my stock, this item was in my stock longer than 60-day period of time. And this quantity is less than 5, that I need to have at least 5 of each of those items in my stock. We can switch these columns in different order, right? So we can move store back to the list, for example. We can move product ID to the top of this filter. And then we will have different items listed in a different order. Additionally, we can grab the product description and drag it up there to see how many of those items we have in which quantity and what is the cost. And the total amount we will see at the bottom of this report. All right. Once we are satisfied with the view of this report and we want to save the same view for the future checking this report time, then we can go to the report options, go to the modify, and add report to custom, which I will have to adjust the information about the report's name, right? So I will know what is it about or what is the main filter here. Inventory aging by product, for example. Then I can select who else is going to be able to view this report, but make sure that this actual user has a permission to view reports altogether. And then the category will be by default. So I can also highlight which report I need to view from my mobile device, meaning that this link on reporting portal link can be opened from the device outside of the PC. And I click OK to save this custom report. So next time I open this report, we'll have a different name, inventory aging by product. I can always find this under custom reports tag in here, and it will have a different view from the default one. Additionally, if I need to view this report or any other inventory related report, I can go back to the system, select, for example, inventory quantity and cost report, run report for a particular location or all locations of your business. Here I can select different view. Like for example, if I don't like the view that I have by default, I can go from pivot to grid. In here, I can also customize this report the way I wish to view it on a regular basis. And additionally, we have ability to subscribe to the report. Once you click on the report option, subscribe, you will be able to adjust the information about the report in the description and as well as add the email address that this report will be sent to. We can have a schedule for this report to be sent on a regular basis, like for example, monthly or weekly. So once you add the recipient's email address in here, this report will be sent to that email address on the regular basis with the report name from the report, inventory quantity and cost, for example, and execution time period if this report is time sensitive. You can add additional comment. And also, if you scroll all the way down to here, you will be able to select how often this report will be sent and in which format it will be sent. So, for example, if I want to have it weekly sent to my email address or any other person's email address, I can select every Monday or Tuesday. Or if it's monthly, we can select what day of the month or what day of the week monthly it will be sent to my email address. And if we want to have a specific period of time until, for example, next year, this same date, we can select in here that period and click OK, and it will have a default, like subscription will be over on this day. Once you click OK, the subscription will be created and this report will be sent to the email address you added on a regular basis. Okay. If you need to manage your subscriptions, you can always go to the reporting 3-dot menu here, click on subscriptions. Here you will be able to view all the subscriptions that were previously created. And all the way to the right, we have also functionality to edit or delete subscription if we no longer need the subscription to be sent to the email address that is added to the recipients. All right. So, are there any questions regarding the web back office, reportings related to the inventory, or managing customization or subscription of those reports? All right, so let's move on to the most exciting topic of today, coupons and discounts. So as you know, some of the discounts we can apply just manually through our point of sale system. Once you have a permission as administrator, you will be able to grant that discount as you pleased. But if you have a permission for a specific user to have a sales representative role, this will need additional steps to be creating this discount for them to be able to use without approval or to create a discount that will need approval from the manager side. So to create the discount, we need to go to the Manage, Product and Services, Coupon Discount Manager. It's Friday, so my computer is not as fast. Then we need to click on New and select what type of discount we will wish to create, whether it's going to be a regular discount, coupon that is going to be printed at the end of the sale for future purchases, or promotional bundle type of discount. So if it's a regular discount, we can also select if it's a product driven or product and plan together. So if it's a regular discount for products like accessories that you wish to create for the employees to use for a specific type of accessories, we can just click OK in here. additional window will appear with all the information that we will gonna have to adjust. So technically, we will need to work on the coupon name. For example, accessories, 25%. We can add additional description for ourselves to understand what this discount is about. We can create a SKU if needed. Then we can select effective dates. If it's only a certain period of time that you wish this discount to be applied, you can select this period of time in here. So for example, I want it to be only this weekend, right? Because I have some kind of promotion for this period of time and including today. So then we can select effective time, like only this particular period of day shift will be able to apply this discount, and the discount amount. So in here we have percentage 25, for example, so I can adjust 25, as well as we can have a discount amount flat, and we can have a competitor price match type of discount where we're going to be able to change the price while we performing a sale, but then we'll have to go to our coupon discount manager and create the competitor. Basically, we're going to have to create at least one competitor that we're going to be able to select while we're performing the sale and adjusting the price to what is going to be the final price of the sale. And also we have a final price, meaning that once we adjust in here $10, this price will be automatically applied to whatever product it is that we need to apply this discount for. So the most used, for example, discount method is percentage. So let's adjust the 25%. Then we can select locations that this discount will be available at. We can, for example, unselect all and select only that one that we need to use it for. We can set a limit. For example, maximum discount can be $5 or $20. Value-driven minimum price for the minimum price that we wish to set up, or the cost-driven minimum price. If it's a cost-driven minimum price, it means that the discount will depend on the cost of the product rather than the amount that we add in here. So it shouldn't be less, for example, than the cost of your accessory item. Then we can select what user will be able to use this discount. If we unselect employee, everybody who's having the business group or on the discount level of employee will not be able to apply the discount without our approval, right? So basically, once we unselect that, we can just go to the next tab. Next one is advanced, where we're going to be able to adjust the discount advanced functionality, meaning, for example, if we want to have it automatically applied every time that there is some product that we select in the next tab added to the shopping cart. We can select and put the check mark for can be combined with other coupons and discounts in the same transaction, applied with the price profile, meaning that it will be applied for a particular product, and also how many of those can be applied for transaction or for product. Then we go to applying criteria, and here we can select the product department or category. So for example, if you wish to apply it to every category of accessory, we can go and select only the category of accessory to be applied with. So technically, if we select products, we can also go to a particular department and select that department only, or products in like one product category only. So in this case, it will be applied to all the products that I'm creating. So the sales price, we can also adjust from to, and end of life, we can put once this product with this discount is no longer effective. Once we click on Save and hit OK in here, this discount will be successfully added to the list of discounts that we have by default in our system, which means that once we have a sales representative performing a sale, let's say I have the accessory, let's check the UPC that I added earlier to the inventory. So once they add the product to the shopping cart, for example, I'm logged in right now in the Elevate web with the sales representative role user. And if I need to apply a discount, I can go to the coupons tab, select the discount that I need to apply, then click on the product that I need to apply it for, and then I will have request approval functionality available. Once I click request approval, I can select who will approve, right, of this particular purchase discount and send the email to the particular administrator. Once I select the user, this discount will be approved by a particular administrator user. Let me select any other that I'm actually administrator on that matter. So for example, this one, request approval, and I will select myself if I'm not administrator, sorry. All right, let's just select a different type of discount, just a second. I think I need to have a permission to grant approval for this discount on this database, but let's see. Well, I guess I don't have a permission. Just a second. I will have to grant myself permission to do that. This is the training database, so I have different level of, okay. And it's done. So I'll start to share my screen again. All right. All right, so let's get back to our shopping cart. I will search for the product again. Okay. All right, so then once I click on coupons, select my discount created, request approval, I can select no, still no me. All right, so I'm gonna have to share this other discount that I was approving earlier. So technically this is going to have a better view on this matter. So once there is a request sent to the administrator user, you can click on view this details and it will show you the discount that is supposed to be applied and the amount that is supposed to be applied. The only thing to do is to approve or disapprove. Once the discount is approved, the green pop-up window will appear on this end and you will be able to actually approve the discount on this matter. So I don't think I have any discounts created that have me as the administrator. So let me see. Maybe I can still adjust that matter for this particular discount that I created. So I can show an example of a real case because this is a training database again. So unfortunately, I don't have all the permissions granted by default. So some of the adjustments have to be done manually. All right, so there we go. So we have managers, managers pro, okay, and the owners. Got it. All right, let's synchronize this one and make sure that I have a permission to do that. All right, let's try one more time just to make sure that we have a better view on how to work with those. All right, let's see if I can approve this one. Yep, there's me. So once I select as a sales representative an administrator that needs to receive this request, the request will be pending approval on the sales rep end. And once it's sent, the administrator will receive this email. Click on View Details. Here we can see what discount was applied and who requested. We click on Approve. Once it's approved on the email, we will have it approved on the system and we can collect the amount from our customer and process the sale. All right. For the competitor price match, we can also create a competitor, as I mentioned in here. We can add new competitor if needed, if you don't have any yet. I already have several created, that's why I don't really have to, but once you just type in here the name and hit save and close, it will save this competitor, so you will be able to change the price on the sale itself. We have certain competitor price match example of the discount already, but I might need to create one just to show an example in here as well. So once we click on new and select discount product driven, the only difference on the adjustment of this discount type we will need to do is to make sure that we select the discount method on the competitor price match type. So in the discount method, we'll need to see competitor price match. This field will be grayed out, which means that right now we don't need to adjust any information about the final price. The other configurations need to be adjusted the same way, meaning that you can also type in the coupon name, description, SKU, effective dates, and so on and so forth. Additionally, you can apply particular products to be selected. So only when those products are added to the shopping cart, this coupon or discount will appear for the employees. And once it's done, we can go to our shopping cart and add the product. And if it's a competitor price match type of a discount, let me see, this one is competitor price match, I believe. No, sorry. Black Friday. Okay, yes, this is the one. We will need to type the final price of this product and select the competitor and click continue. Additionally, if this user doesn't have a permission to apply the discount on their own desire, they might need to request approval the same way. So they click on request approval, select the person they will request this approval from, and wait for this person to confirm it via the email that will be sent. All right. So additionally, I wanted to make sure that we covered the part with the permissions for those discounts, right? So as you remember, I had a little hiccup in here on the matter of discounts and where we're going to be able to approve those or not. In here, we have Manage, Administration Tool, and Business Groups. Business groups will have several type of the business group that we can create, right, or remove if it's not used, in order for us to grant this particular user permission to approve discounts on that matter. So depending on the business group, we will be able to approve the discount or grant it without approval. So once we create a new type of business group in here, we will be able to go to our user administrator again. So manage administration tool, user administrator. Then select the user that we wish to work and add the permission for them to grant that. If it's administrator user, we're only going to have to click on modify user, go to the human resources, select the group that will have a permission to grant that discount and locations that it will be available for, and hit save. Once it's saved, this user will appear among the list of those who will be able to approve the discount for the discount created. And as well as this, we also have ability to work with reports, right? So all the reports that we can find in here regarding the discounts, we can search by discount, type in here in the search. So discount details, for example, contain the information about all the discounts were applied on or coupons applied in the POS system. So let me close this one. I will go again to the discounts. Okay. I don't know if I have permission to view this as well. Unfortunately, I'm quite limited on this training database, So that's not guaranteed that I have a permission to view every single one of those reports. Okay, let's see. Just a second, I'll need to log in real quick to that database reporting portal. All right, and I'll share the screen again. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you're welcome to text me with those in the chat or unmute yourself and ask the question. All right, so for the discount detail report, we can also select period of time that we wish to view on that matter. This is sensitive to the time, right? Timeline. So also we might need to view particular location, salesperson, and so on and so forth. So basically we adjust that filter, and then we can also add additional columns if any of those that we wish to view are not highlighted yet. So then we click on Run Report. Here we'll be able to view all the discounts applied in particular location. We will be able to see how much was the discount, who approved, if that was supposed to be approved by any user, and any other details on that matter will be shown on this report. This report also has the same functionality on the report options. We can modify and go to add to custom if we made any adjustment to the layout of this report. We can add additional condition for that. We can change the view, export, print, subscribe, and also we have ability to move some columns out from this report. Right. So basically, though, that's pretty much what I wanted to share today about the user administration, web back office, and coupons and discounts. So slowly moving on to our question and answer. If you have any questions related to any of the topics that we covered or any other functionality that you're interested in, please unmute yourself or text me in the chat so we can work on those as well. I guess there are no questions. Just don't forget to share your email address with me and client ID if you need to share the recap of today's meeting with the official email address assigned to your account. And basically, that's it for today. Thank you very much for your time and attention.